Hi, yeah, it's editing Dolly here. I realize my voice changes how it sounds quite a lot in this video, so sorry about that. First video, so yeah. Okay, so it's safe to say that glow pigmen do not have a bright future. I mean, their entire existence relies on a pretty niche gimmick, and they're only of a memorable trait they stole from Daddy Bulbman. However, now my biggest question is, what is Nintendo even going to do with you? Honestly, walking in Bulbman's footsteps has clearly set you up for a one-game death, and I think we can easily agree that nighttime is just not coming back, or at least if it does, it's going to be done extremely differently, which just makes me question even more what Big Chud Tendo is thinking while creating them.
Oh, yeah, I've got a great idea. Let's make a Pikmin type that needs its gimmick to live or have any longevity at all. Ho 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 ho!
Like, I cannot be crazy for thinking that this was a really dumb and stupid move on their part that might have honestly only been done because the types are already so bloated that it makes incredibly gassy jealous. But don't worry, your favorite Pally Dolly's got your back with some pretty cool ideas on how to make them not garbage. They, well, they die. Okay, yeah, I get that's not much of an idea, but if we're being realistic, glow Pikmin growing wings and flying away is probably the most likely outcome, especially considering there is no confirmation that caves are coming back. And if they aren't included, then, well, obviously glow Pikmin can come back. Erasure from the series is probably the most likely outcome, unfortunately, and it really just goes to show how these guys have been set up as the next Bulbman. Okay, now this is a good one, but also definitely a stretch and probably not realistic, but just let me live in happy delusion, okay? With that answer being a split campaign between night and day. Now, the way I see this working is that for whatever reason, two captains crash landed, or maybe one of them was already there as a leafling, and you can play as one at day and then one at night. This actually bleeds into my solution for stopping the pigment type overblow without having to axe a bunch of the types, as each specified type could deal with different hazards in different areas. Obviously, the main issue with this is the implementation and how it will fully work, and honestly, any idea I can conjure up in my little brain just ends up feeling pretty clunky and weird. But if Nintendo ever wanted to branch out and pull something new, then it's definitely a route I could see them taking, since Pikmin just doesn't work as an open game, like, at all. Also, maybe we could bring back the Bulbmin and give them to the daytime campaign or something. Glow Pikmin are sub-level exclusive in certain caves. This definitely doesn't help them beat the diet Bulbmin allegations, but I could see them being used as a more restrictive Bulbmin for creative puzzles or shortcuts, without giving the player something permanent and pretty overpowered for the rest of the cave. It would also allow certain sub-levels to use more than two whole hazards. I could easily see a sub-level layout where you could either go get Glow Pigment out of the way so you can take shortcuts faster, or completely ignore them but take longer to get some of the treasures. While I do think this is a fun idea, I really don't see it happening, and it would be hard to explain in-game why they're restricted to these sub-levels, plus it does bank on caves coming back again. Changed abilities. Despite this sounding like the most reasonable and likely idea to happen, I actually fully disagree, as glows would need a whole overhaul. Sure, some pigment lost some of their abilities, but it was usually very minor ones, like purples being wind and fear immune and then not anymore, and wing pigment and free just being fully immune to crushing? Like, people say it's partial, even when they're down on the floor, they can't die to it, so all those people are wrong, and I'm right, and my brain is just so big. If glows did lose their current abilities, I see them leaning pretty hard into luminescence and ghostliness, since that's their most defining features and the easiest to translate into gameplay. For the glow part of the min, I think it can obviously be used for super dark caves that even the lamp wouldn't work for, with you having to keep the glows at the forefront of your party, or in a glow mob, which would leave them vulnerable or you with a natural speed penalty. As for the glow mob itself, I do think that could probably stay as long as they nerfed it and maybe made it only affect either one creature or only little guys like dwarfs. Although it really feels like it should have always been like that, but maybe that's just me. The ghostiness could be done so that enemies have a harder time spotting them, which would allow them to ignore aggro and do tasks easier. I can also see them not waking up bulbarbs as easily, since they don't walk off laps they would have a harder time spotting them. Well, there sure was a lot of glowing ideas in this video. Yeah, that wasn't funny. It's okay if you get the mob on me. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then, well, you should like and subscribe for more videos. And if you didn't like it, then, well, why did you watch the whole thing, hmm? Anyway, see you guys in the next Yap Sesh.